begin. All right. So again, thank you everyone for joining us today. I am so ecstatic that we're doing this session, and yeah, I just want to share some quick tips. This will maybe take about 10 to 15 minutes of your time. So I'll try to pack as many tips and tricks for you guys, so you can start implementing it for your own LinkedIn account, for your own business, so you can start growing, building your list, growing your own personal brand. Okay, so today's topic is all about unlocking the potential of LinkedIn, and I'll be sharing with you 3 activities that you must invest in to build authority and drive business growth to your business, right? So let me start by sharing about myself. First, my name is Poch Relucio. I am a digital marketer. I've been working in the B2B space for over 10 years now, mostly under like at HR consulting firms, HR tech firms, and marketing firms as well. But I've been in the healthcare space or health insurance space for over 3 years now, working with other benefits advisors. And here are some of the organizations that I've worked with. I'm also recognized as a recommended marketing partner by the Next Gen Benefits organization, led by Nelson Griswold, and these are some of my clients right now. So you'll see there's some familiar faces. I hope it just shows how much experience I've had in this space. Okay. All right, so let me begin by sharing maybe what we do. Our expertise really are in 2 main areas: helping benefits advisors stand out and helping them reach out. So those are 2 different things, but very interrelated. When we talk about standout services or standout initiatives, these are marketing strategies that help you, with your brand, help you create that identity in the minds of your target audience, so that they will choose you, be willing to work with you. So it's all about branding and bringing your communications out in the market. The other one is reach out. So we found that, it's not enough that you brand yourself, do some creating content, things like that. It's also important that you reach out on an individual basis. So here is where we guide our clients on how they can use LinkedIn and other channels to build their network and do their prospecting on a daily basis. So that's what we do at Your Funnel Guy. And today I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 things that you need to be doing on your own LinkedIn account. So these are mostly just tips, and I'll be sharing with you some of the things that we're doing also in our company and how we've done that for our own clients. Okay. So, but first, let me start with LinkedIn. Why am I talking about LinkedIn? Why am I so passionate about LinkedIn? Well, number one, there's in the US alone, there's over 199 million users. Okay, and additionally, amongst those users, there's 48% who are active on a monthly basis. So that's a lot. Like half of these, like 100 million users are active on LinkedIn. Now, I know that there are many who think that LinkedIn might not be the channel for them, especially if they're talking to CEOs, CFOs. But there are many cases that, we have found success using LinkedIn. I'm going to show you why. But before that, why LinkedIn? LinkedIn is really designed for 3 main things. Number one, building connections. And we know this already. This is a social network, a social media, right? And it's the number one thing here is to create connections. Okay, so people go to LinkedIn to find people, to connect with people, to build relationships with people. The other thing that they do is to consume or share information. Okay, so that's content basically. You go to LinkedIn to maybe read articles that your connections are sharing with you, or if you want to share your own content, you also go to LinkedIn to do that. Specifically, if it's content for your for personal or sorry professional uses. And finally, opportunities. So LinkedIn is built around creating and opening up opportunities. So it gives the people a chance to share opportunities, for example, jobs or maybe projects that they want to open up for others to pursue and also for others to find. So that's what LinkedIn is for. And we have to keep that in mind that, when we go to LinkedIn, these are mostly why they are there. So people are open to being connected with, people are open to reading information, consuming information, and people are open to opportunities. Okay, and that could mean selling to them, right? They know that they'll be sold to, they know that people will make offers in LinkedIn because it's a professional network. Now, most common objections I'm hearing is number one, it's too much work. Is it worth it? Right? Of course, in anything we do, there's really work, right? But for LinkedIn, most specifically, sometimes it could be tedious if there are things that you have to do on a daily basis. For example, connecting or adding people to your connections, reaching out, sending out messages. Sometimes we don't like doing that because it consumes our time. But there are ways to make it easy. There are ways to systematize things for you. So yes, there could be work, yes, there will be effort, but good brands, building great brands are not created overnight. There's really work that you need to put out. Second, maybe is I'm not comfortable sharing my strategy or content with other advisors. Of course, when you share content on LinkedIn, it will reveal your strategy somehow to your competitors or to your peers who are also benefits advisors. And for me, that's okay. People who say these things that they're not comfortable sharing, I think that's coming from a place of of scarcity, diba? Scarcity mindset. And we have to change that because it's a big world out there and there are always many opportunities out there for everyone. So if we have a scarcity mindset, of course you will say, hey, I don't want to share my stuff with others, right? But in truth, we're also just copying what others are doing anyway. So why even bother thinking about that? So might as well just do your own thing, mind your own business, and just share and share. And last, I don't think CEOs are on LinkedIn, and this is the number one objection that I'm seeing from this list. They think that CEOs, because of their level, they're not on LinkedIn. They wouldn't waste their time on LinkedIn. They wouldn't engage on LinkedIn because people think that people on LinkedIn are looking for jobs. Those are people who are more open to finding opportunities. But I will tell you now that that's not true. Okay. Yes, there may be people, maybe CEOs who are not spending time on LinkedIn, but the data shows otherwise. Let me show you. So if you have Sales Navigator, you can check this yourself, okay? I've set here some search parameters for US companies or people in the US who have 51 to 200 headcount. So these are like smaller organizations. And with the job titles of CEOs and CFOs. Okay, and the results are 120,000 results. Now that's on LinkedIn, and that's a lot already for the whole US. We didn't even drill down to your geographic area, right, or industry, but for the entire US, 120,000 still a lot. But if you want to know how many are active, so we have here activities. These are now the same filter, but this time we're also looking for those who have posted content on LinkedIn for the past 30 days. And that's still 30,000 CEOs or CFOs. So that means if they're posting content on LinkedIn, that means they're actively also on LinkedIn. They may be engaging with content. They want to share content, right? And they're also open to, messages because they're always opening their LinkedIn account. So there's that. So I think, yes, there may be CEOs who are not on LinkedIn a lot, but there are a lot still that are on there actively. Right. So let's get to the main thing for our webinar today. So I wanted to share just these 3 main things that benefits advisors should invest in if they're going to be on LinkedIn. And these 3 are, as you can see, creating your brand, establishing your authority, and building your network. So those are just the main 3 things. I'm going to share each one. Start with brand. So building your brand. So establishing a clear brand identity that aligns with your values and expertise is crucial in creating a strong online presence. And this means, having a professional profile that highlights your unique selling propositions. That could mean, sharing who you are, what's so nice about you or your services, why would people work with you? And that means sharing what's unique, right? What's so special. And the way to do that is to, optimize your profile and make sure that it's standing out and talks about you and your brand fully. And an advantage of that would be, if you have an optimized profile, if your branding is aligned, you will have increase in visibility just because, when people search your keywords, your name will pop up easily. There will be improved credibility. They will see that, you know what you're talking about. It will be easier for you to do your networking, enhanced personal branding, and increased engagement. And the way we do this, normally with our clients, we help them go through this process of profile optimization. First, defining their target audience, because that will dictate much of what we want to share on our LinkedIn profile, right? We don't want to share anything that's not relevant to those who we want to talk to. And then we conduct a profile audit. We check everything from your profile photo, your graphics, and the copy in your profile, and basically the entire flow when they go to your site. If they click on some links there, they will check your company page, your website, the entire experience. We'll do an audit of that. And then optimize your content. Now, people who look up your profile will check what is this person talking about? What is this person sharing? So we want to make sure that your content also aligns with the branding that you want. Okay, and then we'll use keywords to highlight that these are the things that you want to talk about. These are the things you want to help people with, right? If you're benefits advisors, we want to talk about healthcare, issues about healthcare, how to save costs, how to improve quality of care, things like that. And of course, make sure that everything looks attractive, everything looks visually professional. Okay, so that means consistency across all your platforms, across all your social media, your LinkedIn profile, your company page, your website. So an example of that, I'll just use mine. So here's mine. Again, look at the colors. It's aligned with my branding, the blue. Same with my PowerPoint presentations. It's the same for my page. It's the same for my company page, even my website. Okay, so I'm using the same graphic styles and so on. My about section is also optimized, explaining who I am, what I do, on a personal level. I don't write in a robotic way. I want to make sure that people know that I'm a real human. People can talk to me. I am, I know what I'm saying, things like that. Okay, and all the links are there. Like for example, book a call with Poch. This brings them to my calendar, which again has the same branding as all these other things. And what that does is, if your profile is optimized, you can get results like this. First, whenever when I do reach out to others, I get surprise messages like this one. I look forward to learning more about you. So this one is just like a second message when I connected, like, thank you for connecting with me. Going forward to learning from you. How are things going? And then this guy said, nice to be connected. I've heard good things about your websites and marketing. Keep up the great work. And mind you, this person, I don't know him. I have not met him at all. But he has seen my work. Just because my profile is optimized, I put out good content. The other one is also a nice message, because I just connected with the person. I said, great to be connected and look forward to learning more about you. What's something that is going well for you at the moment? So just trying to make a conversation. And then little did I know that after a while, I got a message on my email saying that I have an appointment set, and I have not made a conversation with this person before, but he booked the call. So apparently what he did was, after I messaged, he looked up my profile on LinkedIn, and then read through it, maybe went to my website, and then booked a call. So which is what I wanted, right? So I just messaged him, I look forward to chatting with you next week, because we already have a booked call. So that's what an optimized profile can do for you. Instead of you having a hard time introducing yourself, your profile can already do that for you, right? So whenever if they visit your website at all, they could already read through it, see who you are, what you're all about, and then they will take that action already to book a call. So there. Yeah, so the next thing, so that's all about your brand, creating that brand, that message, that one holistic message about who you are, and that would help you already get these leads, this interest about who you are and what you do. The next thing, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the branding, is establishing authority. Now this part is all about building trust, so that people can see you as someone who knows what they're talking about, knows what they're doing, and definitely someone who can surely help their business save on healthcare costs and provide quality care for their employees. Now, this section is all about creating content. Okay, and it's not just any content. It has to be content that educates, content that showcases your capabilities, and content that shows your personality. Now, let me share with you some examples of these. So educational content could be anything like industry related. Maybe you want to share something about new statistics or new studies that just recently came out. So here are examples of content from my clients. So this one shares like a piece of information from a report. Here's Paul Seeger's interview from a radio station. This one is a podcast by Eric Silverman. Allison would do some surveys or polls, right? So these are all aimed at educating, and Nelson's team also does some webinars or live casts on LinkedIn. So those are all educational content. Again, the goal is for you to show your expertise, right? To showcase your expertise in the industry. The next type of content is content that showcases your capability. So that includes case studies, testimonials, or client results. So these are some of the things you can share. So these are some of the examples. The next and the final one, I think this is very important. Some people would be hesitant on sharing, personal stuff, but because LinkedIn is a social network, people care about, who you are, what you're all about, not just what you want to, not just what you want to sell them, but also who you are as a person. And this is where you build, that rapport. Unless you do this, they wouldn't know who you are, your personality, what you like, what your dreams are, what you're all about, right? And we always guide our clients on, feel free to share some personal stuff like your family, your hobbies, things like that. So these are some of those things that you can share. Chris likes sharing jokes. Dan likes, sharing his experiences in the industry. Yes, still work related, but with a personal touch of just doing, sharing some selfies with coworkers or people he meets in the field. And Nancy here just shares her experiences with her dog, some recipes, and other things. It would be nice for you to check out some of their other posts online. Okay, so but those are the three main things that I'd like to share. Normally, we guide our clients on what sort of content to put out, but those are the main three buckets: content that educates, content that showcases results, and some personal content. And the final piece of this webinar, the third activity is to build your network. And this is aside from the content, which takes a lot of effort and creativity, this one is more effort than anything. um, Here we help, it is all about building relationships, and it's crucial for expanding your reach and establishing yourself as a valuable resource in the industry. Now, it is all about relationships. I'll stress that. It's not about, selling right away. I'm going to share with you why. So when it comes to building relationships or building your network, there are three main activities. First is connecting. And that means searching for the right people who you want to connect with. And that might require you to get like a sales navigator, so you're not limited to the way you can search or the number of people you can connect with. So you can do that, and what you need to do is on a daily basis connect with them, right? And there are some limits as to the number of connections you can make. It will take a lot of time and effort, obviously, to create those connections, to send out invites. But you need to invest your time in that. Maybe 20 to 30 minutes a day be enough. And then another 10 minutes, 20 minutes messaging and nurturing those people, or maybe longer. What we do normally is we create a framework just like this, a messaging framework for us to be guided as to the messages that we'll be sending out. So these are more on the nurturing campaigns where we talk to the connections we just recently created, and to build relationships with them, we add value by sharing resources, articles, free stuff. Okay, so nothing about selling, nothing about inviting for a meeting just yet. The first step is to build rapport, build a relationship, provide or add value to them. And then if they don't respond, this one is outside LinkedIn, but I just wanted to share what else we do as a team for our clients. We also bring them to an email sequence so that they will be followed up in case they don't respond to the messages on LinkedIn. So we do have some cold email outreaches, but not as that cold because we're already connected on LinkedIn. And finally, we also help track the leads using our CRM. And you can use any CRM to do that, or even an Excel spreadsheet would do, as long as you're tracking the leads so that your leads don't fall through the cracks. Make sure that everyone's accounted for and we are able to follow up regularly, maybe not daily, but at least on a regular basis, Because that's the thing with LinkedIn. You have a chat there, and if they are at the bottom of the list, you can go back to them. But if you have a list outside of LinkedIn that you want to follow up with, or you know where they are in the pipeline, you can easily go back to them. So that's what we're also guiding our clients with, or something that we are also doing for them on an outsourced basis. So maybe some guiding principles. For us, we don't use automations. We are discouraging others to use automations when it comes to LinkedIn. Number one, LinkedIn would know if you're using automations, and your account might get would be at risk to get blocked or banned. So you should avoid that at all costs. And then again, build relationships first. That's one of our guiding principles. And the third one is that we know that no connection is wasted. There are many who will say no, definitely. Not everybody will say yes, will be interested to what you have to say. But remember that these are connections already. If they move to another company, right, they will still be a connection. We may be able to revive that connection, or maybe they're not ready now, maybe they'll be ready next year, right? So no connection is wasted. If we get no's now, that's great. At least we know where they stand, and we can just easily go back, maybe revisit in the next 6 months or next year. All right, so that's about it. Again, to wrap up, the three key activities would be building your brand, establishing your authority, and building your network. And that's it. If you have questions about LinkedIn and our service on LinkedIn and how we help our clients, feel free to reach out to me. But I would really want to encourage you to get started. Start by optimizing your profile, make sure everything looks great, and then start creating content. Create content maybe at least once a week. That's actually, I think, is doable. Create content, and then finally, once everything is set up, you have a cadence for connecting, go ahead and start connecting with more people. Because remember, the more people that you have in your network, the more people can see your content. Okay, so it's all about doing this all together, all at the same time. So it's a bit difficult effort-wise, but it will pay off. Remember, it's an investment. When they see your profile and you already have all these content in there, it's going to be easier for them to be convinced, hey, this is the guy you want to work with, right? So that's it. And I want to wish you good luck with your business. And again, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, or if you need help implementing the steps I shared with you today. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.